Hello and welcome to the back nine of round one. It's our FPO feature card at the first major of the year, the PDGA Champions Cup presented by Bushnell. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hot geese.
Honk.
Honk.
This is our first of four majors, first of the year. WR Jackson is such a fun, challenging track. We're watching some people shred.
Yeah, we get to play in the woods, and last year the hot round was 7 down. Today we already have, I think, 2 people at 6 down.
6, yeah.
And we have like the top, 15 people at even par or better, which is insane compared to last year.
Hailey King, squeaky clean, 3 down, bogey free so far. You can see Kristen Tatarcap merch, 6 and 5 down. Hailey in a bunch of 3 downs. 1 down goes all the way nearly to 15th place.
Wow. It's just crazy. Everyone's just getting so good so fast. We also do have 3 shorter pin positions at the PDGA, very thoughtfully placed. Let's jump right into it. Hole 10, 606 feet. This is a gentle left to right finishing shot. I like a backhand turnover, but a forehand works well as well. You don't want to finish early right. That can pinch off your second shot. This shot is not necessarily just one good dominant fairway. It's a lot of choosing and scrambling and trying to shape a shot to get to the green and get your birdie. Even at 606 feet, this one is so hard to get to. It places the 6th most difficult hole of the day.
Wow. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
That was early. Paige hits first available, bounces to the right side of the fairway. This would be an unbelievable scramble for par.
Yeah, even with a perfect drive, that lands dead center like I thought we were going to see Henna do. It can still be such a tough approach. It's downhill, so you don't have to try hard, but there's just not, like I said, one good gap.
We've watched Hailey with some aggressive tee shots all day. It's a star wraith catching right side, but good kick it looked like.
Mm-hmm. It's a great spot right behind that little group of trees, surprisingly.
Hokom with a neutron crave.
That is smushed.
Looking great. That orange marker, I believe, is 400 feet from the pin. Paige with a really stellar recovery shot with her fierce.
No, I actually think the orange is 300.
Is it?
It's the middle one. The yellow one is 400.
Ah.
Because I think she's closer than that.
250 then.
Oh, 250.
It's 400, 250, and 150. I just forget the colors for some reason. Hailey with a huge forehand.
I did not realize that left side was so open, but she sure made it look that way.
Yeah. Facts.
Henna scrambling from the right side early. She's just going to chip something out and not try to get too aggressive.
Moderately aggressive chip. And that blue marker is 150. That's a real fact, people. Hokom in a great spot. Still a lot of work left to do, like Mad said. Unable to get cleanly through.
She's just catching that one last little skinny tree blocking from the green. Paige's third shot. She still has to turn the corner. She's throwing her fierce on a nice, gentle turnover line.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
She's throwing that disc so well. It's her tour series. Go check Paige out. Support her. Support any woman that you're watching or really any disc golfer who has a tour series. Check it out.
And Henna with another perfect approach shot to the bullseye.
And a great scramble from early right where she was.
Hailey just pitching up for her par. There were 5 birdies today out of our 47 competitors, and man, this is a good one to get.
Mm-hmm.
Paige, for one of the scrambles of a lifetime, unfortunately she comes up just a little low. She'll have to settle for bogey here.
Everyone just gonna clean up.
%15 of the field to circle 1 in regulation, 38% to circle 2.
Hailey leading our feature card in a tie for third at that 3 down. Kristen Tatar now 7 down through 11. Cat Merch back to 6 down.
Wow.
Yeah. Hole 11 is our second of 3 short pin positions this year. It was a new hole last year. 342 feet. Curves to the right, so calls for a really high anhyzer shot or a power forehand. 342, so it's reachable. It used to be, like at least 60 feet farther back, but maybe closer to 100?
Yep.
It was so far, and still a par 3. I think the forehand, if you have it, is the ideal play. The backhand, if it turns too much, that right side's really, really rough. This is looking great from Henna. Wow. Wow. Like, that would be putting circle 2 where it used to be.
Yeah, the men's position is at 420 feet.
That was what was that? Champion Roadrunner from Henna.
Hailey tries to go forehand, gets a little too much zing on it, and is going to be turned over left into the bushes. It can be rough to get out of there. Lots of little tiny sticky trees.
Left is a little bit better than right, though, generally.
Nice looking shot. Oh, I didn't see it
Late
flip
turn,
up.
yeah.
She'll be able to scramble from there, no problem. She may even have a long putt. This played is the 16th most difficult hole of the day, with 23% of the field getting a birdie.
Paige a little early, I think, with her buzz, but fights most of the way there.
So
yes, this was a fantastic change.
Yeah, listen to this. 23% of the field with birdies. So, almost a quarter, but only 3 competitors getting to circle 1. So there was just like...
So everyone just figured out their circle 2 putt on this hole.
Yeah, there was just like circle 2 putts dropping all over the place.
Wow. We'll see if Hailey can drop one. She catches a tree, and it's going to be pretty far for her par attempt. That's awesome.
Yeah, 50% of the field getting to circle 2 in regulation.
Hokom laying up for her par. Still doesn't have a birdie for the round, which, it just happens out here sometimes. Paige hits first available, trying to scramble out of there. It's got to be at least 60 feet. Maybe 70 for Paige. Good line, but not enough height.
Hailey thought was going to be one of those circle 2 putts on the day.
Look at how far past it Henna went. With a Roadrunner, too. Just hit the perfect line.
This is one of the few holes where if there is wind, you will feel it, but we did not feel any today. Hailey going to have to settle for bogey after that late release off the tee.
Henna with a par, Paige with a bogey, Hokom with a par.
Hokom's still hunting for some green out there. Hailey taking the lead on our feature card. Kristen still 7 down. Cat on the 7 down mark as well. That's just crazy to me. All right, the second par 5 of the day at 861 feet, and this tee shot is really what sets the tone for the rest of the hole. You got to get through these trees and ideally land a little bit left here. Right by this stump is A+ work. The left side has opened up big time, so you can go that way. This right side, I like a little bit better personally. If you just pitch something out to here, you just have an overstable mid or maybe a fairway driver to the green. You do have to miss these trees on the right-hand side, and there's a little gully just before the basket that you can get tangled up in. You do not want to skip left early out of into the woods because it can be rough to scramble from there.
Henna absolutely crunching this Star Destroyer.
I mean, what?
A++.
Looks like her game plan is to go down the left side fairway.
They really did clear it out to make it a real route. It used to be kind of in that sucker's gap kind of territory, but now it's a legitimate pathway. Hokom landing in a more normal area.
Yeah. Dead
just
center.
a bit shorter than you want to be.
A little bit more pinch off if you're wanting to take that right route, but maybe she likes the left route as well.
I like the left. Hailey also going Destroyer, landing at that stump that Madison mentioned in the flyover.
Yep, A+ for Hailey.
A minus maybe. We gotta change our scale after Henna's drive. And Paige going right side. A little bit more turn than you want, but almost fades in time. It was close.
Oof, that is rough over there. She's going to have to scramble big time. But if she can just get through that tree line, she can get up and down for birdie still.
Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of in that soft par 5, but it's certainly not easy. It requires some very good shots.
Yeah, nice little shot down the narrow fairway from Hokom.
She drops to a good spot, too.
Yeah. Oh. Paige tries to hit a small gap to get out. Let's see what she has to work with. It's kind of hard to tell.
Hailey going inside.
Wow. Okay, can y'all tell that Hailey moved to Charlotte? She's just like A+ gap hitter now.
At full power, it looks like, too.
She's throwing her fastest down narrow fairways, and it just looks easy.
Paige still caught up, throws her fierce to get out, and is in a really good spot for her 4th.
Yeah, she'll be about 150 at max 200 from the basket.
Henna's 2nd. She's at the gap already.
God.
Nuts.
Oh my God.
Nuts.
I mean,
early though.
They're breaking the game here.
Yeah, a little bit.
The cheat codes are out of control.
Yeah, Henna got caught up, but it should be a pretty easy pitch out and birdie look. This par 5 definitely less eagleable than the first one we had. Wow, Hokom with a beautiful turnover.
That was such a sweet forehand flex shot. Love to see her working those angles.
I believe that was her Neutron Crave.
Oh, that's her signature disc. Go check the Crave out. It's a 6.5 speed disc. LOL, MVP. Love that.
Is that really the number?
Yep.
That's fantastic. Hailey pitching out with a forehand, landing at about 15 feet or so. Henna not quite as easy of a pitch out as you'd like.
Yeah, that early left side of the green is so rough.
She gets a job done, though.
Mm-hmm. Let's play to the 8th most difficult hole.
Paige for a par save. Bounces off the rim and in.
Even though Henna made it look very easy with that drive, this is, I think, a very good par 5. Like it is. It's a lot more par 5-ish than our first one of the round.
Yeah, true par 5.
Yeah, it's not a tweener.
Yeah, it's a real par 5.
15% of the field getting a birdie, 20 getting a bogey or worse. So it scores very fairly in the FPO field.
Hailey and Henna just breaking this hole, getting easy birdies. And Hokom with that third amazing approach shot has a tap in as well for birdie.
I really love seeing people work up that left side.
I'm telling you, that's the right. I went there when it wasn't a real route, and now I'm so happy. It's like I feel legitimized. Hole 13, a par 3, our final shortened hole of the round, 351 feet. Once again, a power forehand or turnover that turns slowly to the right. It's tough to get there. You see that same circle 2 look. You see people turn it over a little too early right. You see people not turn it over and end up way left, which is probably the slightly better mistake.
Yeah, early right can be almost impossible to get to the green, but they did clear it out a little bit. It looks really nice in there in the rough.
Henna really just slamming on that Champ Roadrunner. We've seen her throw that so well all around.
Hailey opting for the sidearm, and look how good this is.
Beautiful. Oh! Star Destroyer hits the chains.
No way.
This is going to be such a good follow flight. Man.
Oh my! Did that go through the chains?
I think it just hit right side.
Oh my gosh!
And skittered off. Dang, what an ace that would be. They'd probably move the basket back. They're like, nah, it's too easy. She got a first try.
Hailey just made that look so easy. But if you think about how many people in FPO have 350-foot sidearms, it's just not that common.
Yeah. Hokom sidearm queen is going to be in circle 2 with her neutron relay. Yeah.
It's a lot more common. 36% of the field getting to circle 2 in regulation, only 11 to circle 1. And Hailey's just ace running. No big deal.
Paige kind of cheats up the right side a little bit. I think she's just outside circle 2, or maybe just inside.
Ooh, really nice, confident bid down the hill.
Hokom for her second birdie of the round. Almost.
Man, right off the top of the rim. There were 6 birdies in the field today.
Yes, Henna.
Henna gonna be one of them.
Beautiful putt. Just right in the inside of the circle, just barely inside it looked like.
Paige, comeback queen.
Yeah,
Nice
absolutely.
par from about 28 feet.
And Hailey, 15 feet. I wonder if she knew that she hit chains.
I
they
bet.
Heard it. I bet they did.
Yeah, and you know the gallery was cheering.
So we got to see 2 out of, what'd you say, 6
Yep.
birdies? Nice. Yeah, that's another really great change.
2 of our feature card competitors under par. Kristen Tatar heading into the 8 down range. What?
And Cat Merch finished at 7.
And that's the hot round on Jackson. I know we've got some easier holes out here, but dang. Hole 14, another par 4. Love this hole at 579 feet. You have a tight gap to hit out of the fairway. You want to finish more left, and then it's really a power sidearm play here. You can do a backhand turnover as well, but it feels a little crazy to me, but it does work. There's just so many places to error. If you're early left, it can be brutal. If you're early right, it can be brutal. This hole, it's one of the holes where I feel very comfortable and confident playing for par. I know we will not see that on our feature card today.
Yeah, that second shot is, I don't know what it is. It's not touchy. It's just kind of awkward.
It's not a poke and hope either. It's just a really sharp angle.
Yeah. Henna getting ridiculously far.
And now she's going to have just like a chip up and make my whole preview sound silly.
Yeah. Like a lot of ladies are landing just at the top of this hill, like where Hailey just skipped past and 80 feet shorter than she just landed, and Henna's farther than that.
And it's okay to be way left like Hailey is. Even if she just has a step out sidearm, she'll have a way more open approach to the green.
Hokom flipping up her relay. Catches a tree and gets a pretty rough kick to the right.
She can still get a par very easily, but birdie is...
Say easily.
Yeah, birdie's
She
not
can
in
do
the
it, though.
equation, though.
No, absolutely not. Paige rips one. It drifts a little bit too far to the right.
Gets a big kick into the woods. We'll see what she has to deal with.
Yeah, Paige finding some rough spots today, really having to scramble hard. Sometimes that's how it is at Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Hokom with a nice little out.
You're right. Not an easy safe
Yeah. I
par.
was like, what do you mean? It's kind of hard.
It is very hard. Paige working with something similar.
Forehand roller. Look pretty good. Looks really good.
That's great.
Yeah. She's going to come for your skill shot world title.
Yeah, she's scrambling with the best of them today.
Hailey just like stupidly far down here. It's like, is she short of the circle?
I think, yeah, circle 2. Usually that road is in circle 2 land. She's just barely over it. Hokom's third. Very technical flip up sidearm.
Yeah. Easy.
Nice. To the edge of the circle. She'll have a putt for par.
Easy par.
The most technical shot ever.
So technical.
Yeah. Henna throwing the crazy shot and barely trickling through the branches inside the circle. Come on.
Nice. It ain't crazy. I mean, she was far enough to make it look pretty normal.
Oh, she threw a standstill. Paige's third, kind of a little lofty, but it's inside the circle. She'll have a tree to contend with on the green.
Hailey up first for a birdie look. Looks like some trees on her right side. Wonder if she has to Annie putt a little bit. Oh, she
my
liked
goodness.
it. That looked great.
That just kind of flopped out the side.
Isn't it funny how when you have to Anheuser around some trees, sometimes you miss right?
Like, how did I even find that? Nice par save from Sarah.
Yeah,
That was unbelievable.
Super nice. Super hard.
Paige with a great par save as well.
Nice straddle around that tree.
I'm a little surprised. 17% of the field got birdies.
Nice.
What in the heck? I think this hole is very hard.
Just throw farther.
Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Nice birdie from
welcome.
Henna.
Yeah, really great birdie. Her second shot was so cool. And I think very sane.
It was. I don't know about very.
Normal level sane.
Henna adding another stroke under par. Her and Hailey both 3 and 4 under. Those were some of the hot rounds from last year. Awesome to see FPO competitors out here scoring. Kristen and Kat still leading the field at 8 and 7 under respectively.
Hole 15, yet another par 4. You are throwing most likely a backhand turnover. If you can get to the top of this hill, you are sitting pretty. Left side's probably a little bit more open than the right, but honestly, if you get the distance, you're kind of like fine with whatever you have to look at. Pretty sharply downhill. You see a lot of forehand approaches. Most of the time you see things just trickle into that little ditch right there with a casual creek. It's really hard to control your speed on your second shot into the green.
Yeah, it's very downhill, and the green is super rocky and sandy, so it's real skippy. It's almost impossible to land one in the bullseye. It's that creek is just the perfect catch-all zone.
Now that you said it, I bet one of them do it.
Yeah, probably.
Henna turns hers a little bit too much, and she's going to be earlier than she likes. Hailey doesn't quite turn hers enough, but this is a viable play over here. She skipped a little bit too far. It's surprisingly open over there. I ended up there by accident and was like, oh, this
Not
is
bad
a
over
real
here.
play you could do.
Yeah, going down the hill at all does make it a lot more difficult. This is the most common error, is landing in this group of trees in the middle just before the little creek that runs through.
Yeah, this tree on the right side kind of, I feel like, gets in your head a little bit. Makes you throw straighter than you want to, like right at those trees.
Paige gets through the trees. We'll see what she has to work with. It looks like she might have made it across the creek, even onto the little uphill slope that we see Henna throwing from right now.
Henna's actually in a decent spot. Distance-wise, it's not that far of a hole. She could potentially make it down there for a putt.
The right side is the more narrow gap of the two. She gets a kick, and she'll be way left, but
Kind of close to circle two.
Yeah.
She's fine. Paige quickly goes. I assume with her fears. Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding me? 2 chain hits?
She hits the chains and still ends up in that stupid little creek. What a shot.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
I can't believe it went back into the creek.
Hailey with a really technical sidearm shot.
Bullseye, dang it. Circle, though, it looks like for Hailey. Hokom's third has a lot of speed on it. Wow. Kind of nose up and catches, though.
And there she does what we say is so hard to do.
Beautiful. I thought she threw it too hard.
Yeah, it was perfect.
She really knows that disc. That was awesome.
And now finding the creek as well.
Some weird footing in there. Probably snakes. Yes, Hailey.
Solid birdie putt from just outside the circle. Yeah, let's watch this one again.
Boom.
Nice. Paige with a nice birdie after eagle running.
Yeah. Wow. She gets back to even par for her round, which is usually a good score out here.
Yeah.
Henna for her par save. Doinks it. Dang it.
20% of the field taking a birdie on this one. Love to see it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Hokom with a solid par.
Yeah, I like this one.
Like this round,
Tough but fair, you know?
This round 3 years ago Hokom and Paige would be leading
the
field.
Even last year.
Yeah.
Again, 9 down over 4 rounds, won last year. Like, we are watching just some astonishing golf. Like, look at the math here, people.
Numbers, and more numbers. Katrina Allen sliding in at 5 down. Owen Scoggins has hit that 5 down mark as well. Hole 16, the shortest hole in the course at 297, but one of the most technical lines and the first time we see some significant out of bounds in play. If you want to throw a turnover or a forehand through this gap, I like the turnover a little bit better. Kind of a forced turn through the gap I think is the best play. Common mistakes are not turning your disc enough and going too far straight, but it's a fairly easy up and down from there. If you catch an early tree, you can drop down and tango with that OB area.
Hailey with a Halo Mako 3, kind of pushing that right side a little bit more than you'd like.
Yeah, the OB wraps around at the bottom of that hill, so you have to be careful over there.
It starts tight on the right and then bubbles out and then gets tight again. Paige landing in this ditch, which is really common if you just don't quite turn it enough. It's fine there. You even have a putt if you want to get aggressive.
Ooh. Not a lot of sidearms work great for this because it's such a weird angle, but Hokom does that hyzer flip thing perfectly.
Yeah, neutron relay.
God, that's such a flippy disc. That's great.
Yeah, her control's unbelievable, obviously.
Henna naturally takes to the sky.
Champion Rock 3.
Wow.
So good.
So good. She has an uphill putt instead of the death putt that a lot of competitors are normally left with.
Paige from probably just outside circle 2. Has that tree in the way, just lays up.
So shortest hole in the course, still only 20% of the field taking a birdie here. Wow. Hailey drawing medal from way down there.
Yeah, Matt, you said it right, though. This is one of the most technical drives on the property.
Hokom giving it a solid bid, just comes up a little short.
And one of only 2 baskets kind of perched on a scary hillside, too, so it's tough to really run the putts.
Especially from the short side, which is where everyone usually lands. We will not see any birdies on our feature card. A little surprising. But this, by no means, the shortest hole in the course means gimme.
Everyone going to clean up. Pretty easy par. 17's got to be one of the hardest holes on the course, too, huh?
Oh, yeah. It is
you think the hardest?
The hardest. Statistically.
Statistically.
No birdies on the one you want to get on 16. But Hailey King still holding on to that lead card position.
Here we go, hole 17. Narrow gap pretty much the entire way. You want to get at least halfway up this hill. The farther up you get, obviously, the easier the next shot. But it is a tricky little line. Maybe a forehand, maybe a turnover. Ideally, if you can throw down the right side that the drone is flying, that's probably the most ideal play. There's no real out of bounds, but if you kick too far to the right, there's this interesting little false fairway that we've seen people go up that side before. We've seen it on coverage. It's definitely not the intentional play.
But it exists.
It exists.
This is a great looking shot.
Yeah.
Gets way up there. You don't want to be right side. All those little sticky trees make it so hard to recover. Erroring left is the way to go.
Hailey
Really?
far enough up there, though, that par should hopefully be fairly easy.
Yeah, she might even be able to birdie it from there.
Paige catches an early tree and kicks left. It's hard because you want to get up the hill to attack, but also you want to kind of be smooth and make sure you make the gap. It's hard to decide your level of aggression on this one.
Yeah, and the camera, while showing the gap, doesn't quite do it justice as far as how narrow it is and how far it is away from the tee pad. I mean, this is a tester shot. You are nervous.
Yeah. Hokom taking a little bit off. I really like that. I think it's smart. Throwing a neutron relay. Oh my gosh. Henna just all the way up there. All the way. She threw a champion beast to the top of the hill. That's the best drive I've ever seen on that hole.
By a long shot. That is unbelievable. She got over the hill and she's just going to be looking down at the basket.
Paige not really looking at much there. Kind of a throw and hope.
She's still just trying to get up to the top of the hill here, and this is still a very hard technical shot.
Yeah, I mean, just saving
steep.
bogey here is tough. Ugh.
Oh, man. Hokom's second shot. She's throwing a blind shot, sharp angle to the right around the corner. She pushes it a little too straight, but it still gets through, and she'll have a straight approach to the basket downhill.
Yeah, there's definitely a little gap over there, but it's not usually the one you're trying to go for. Oh, man. Paige finding some rough spots on this hole.
Yeah, she really tried to get aggressive there.
Yeah, I mean, no one wants to lay up for double bogey, you know?
Yeah. And that's a great looking shot from a very tough patent pending stance. She'll have a putt for double.
Hailey throwing 2. She's just also all the way up this hill.
The fact that they can see the basket is insane.
Yeah, bummer that Hailey just threw that really low, though.
So this hole goes very sharp uphill, which you would never know from Henna's drive, and then now it's pretty steep downhill. If you come in hot, you can go way past very easily.
Henna also unable to get close on her second shot. And Henna's standing near the 150-foot tree. Like, that's
insane.
So crazy.
It's insane.
Hokom lays up nicely for par. She played the hole, even though she threw forehands when most of us are throwing backhands. I feel like she dissected the landing zones really well.
Hailey giving it a good bid, not scared of this hill. Henna keeping it close, not trying to mess around. There was 5 birdies on the day today. And that's more than ever.
Yeah.
This hole has remained unchanged for many years, and it is blowing my mind that there's that many birdies in FPO.
Got to give Madison Walker a honk for getting one of those birdies.
We'll go ahead and give everyone a honk. Silva, Saarinen, Kat Murch, Ella Hansen, and Heidi Lane also getting the 3s.
Awesome.
That's a good one to get.
Man, Paige with a triple on that hole. Just never really found herself in position.
45% of the field taking a bogey or worse there. So if you're going to mess up, that is the one to do it on.
That's one way to look at it, I guess.
Kristen Starr.
8 down through 17.
Kat sticking with that 7 down, and that's going to probably hold.
Yeah.
For the day. No
I
one's
hope
even
so.
close.
God.
Hole 18. A little bit of a change here at 534 feet. Your landing zone's the same as last year, but we used to go right here. Now we're going left out into the open to this beautiful new spectator area. Check out those grandstands. There is out of bounds all the way around this green, basically along the asset wall that you see. There is also an out of bounds line on the right side too, down the tree line that's tucked in a little ways. So that second shot after your drive is really technical, uphill, and for most FPO players, blind. But for this feature card, it won't be. We'll be able to see the basket, I'm sure.
Oh, she didn't park it. It's not even that good. Hailey up nearly to the top of the hill, a little pinched. This is the only change that they made that's harder. It used to be a par 5, and I don't want to call it a soft par 5, but very birdie-able. And now we are not going to see a whole lot of birdies here, I think.
Yeah, the second shot is so technical, and it's almost too high risk for the reward of getting that birdie. Unless you're Henna and you're just smoking one up the hill. I mean,
she got to the grass.
She's in the flat.
Gosh, that was her destroyer.
Y'all, this is crazy. This is crazy.
So far. So much jealousy.
Oh, Paige catching a little tree branch and kicking down to the right. She'll still be in the open, but not quite as far up as that drive would have landed. It had good power on it. You can see this blind shot here. She's throwing over a hill, and the basket kind of goes towards the right.
And that out of bounds starts to get pretty tight, both left and right, as you get closer. That was a highly aggressive shot from Paige, and she kicks early.
Hokom kind of sneaking through that left side, getting out into the open, not trying to do anything too crazy.
She's right at that 150 tree-ish.
Yep. Playing this one for par, I think, is super smart golf.
Yeah, you have to land basically where Henna is to even think about attacking safely anyway.
Hailey got caught behind the trees, unfortunately, on the corner, but she's so far up there.
Yeah.
That she can throw a standstill.
Great distance. Wow.
Oh my gosh. This is so crazy to watch. I played 7 practice rounds this week and never even came close to getting to the flat with some killer drive. So you guys, I just want to make it clear.
Impressed.
Yeah, I want to make it clear that what you're watching is so insanely impressive. They're throwing 450 uphill.
Sharply uphill, too.
Mm-hmm.
Henna's second little standstill, floaty, patent pending shot to the bullseye.
Wow, my mind is blown right now. So we guessed earlier that there was going to be 1 or maybe 2 birdies. There was 5 on the day.
Wow.
You guys are crazy FPO peers.
Hailey getting one of them.
Wow.
Great putt to finish. 6 down on the day. If you would have asked me before, I would say that would be leading.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nuts. Hokom, solid round. She had 1 birdie, 1 bogey to finish even. Good old queen of clean.
Yeah, she's not happy with it necessarily, but also it doesn't feel bad to get off Jackson with an even par score.
Usually. Mm-hmm. Today, maybe it did.
Well, as long as she hasn't checked in scores, she probably feels fine. Henna with a birdie as well.
She really finished the round super strong to get 3 under.
Kristen Tatar, Anakin Steen, and Paige Shue also getting 3s. Like, wow, you guys are superstars.
Like, wow. What a whirlwind that was.
Yes.
Hokom with a clean back 9, no bogeys. Everyone else finding quite a few birdies. Paige really struggling on the back. +4. Doesn't feel great out here. Kristen Tatar with the hot round new course record 9 down. Kat Murch, Hailey King, and Katrina Allen will join us on tomorrow's lead card.
Yep. A bunch of 3 downs. Big tie at 5th place, and next in line all the way down at 10th place, 1 down. Even par is what you need to be under to get into the top 10. Top 20 is rounding out. It looks at around a couple over.
And that 1 over?
Yeah,
wow.
That is insane.
Yeah, that's so good.
Last year we saw the top 20 being 4 or 5 over. So can't wait to see what happens. We got 3 more rounds out here. Can the FPO competitors keep it clean? There's a lot more action, many more rounds. Thanks for hanging out in round 1 at Jackson. We're going to be just as excited tomorrow, so come back and hang. Thanks to the Founders Club. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb, and we're the 2 hot geese. Honk.
Honk.